I don't give a fuck if I don't get famous anymore. I mean, like, yeah, so I'm quitting hip-hop.
Full disclosure, normally when I do these, I only cover maps that I've not played before, so you get sort of an accurate first impression from me, so all my reactions are sort of genuine and stuff. I don't very often replay a board as part of my review series just for fun. I'm making an exception for this one. This is Mancubus's Monday Morning by Omppu. That map ID is SVLJWG95, and I played it while it was still on the review queue. Looks like it recently earned its single player star. It currently has 26 plays and 10 upvotes, and I had some fun with this one for a couple reasons, but let's go ahead and take a look at that author profile real quick. Omppu, has played 10 hours and 3 minutes of SNAPMAP content and earned over 139,000 SNAPMAP points, coming close to that 140,000 mark. Is currently the author of 4 total maps. I've played Mancubus's Monday Mutiny, and I've played Till Death Do Us Unite, and I enjoyed them both. I will say that I enjoyed them. They're not normally something I would cover on the channel, just because there's a lot of sort of things with vanilla modules and stuff like that. But especially Till Death Do Us Unite had some like really competent, interesting things it was doing with the combat. It was just a fun board to play, is really what it comes down to. It was one of those, hey, stop being an art critic and shut up and play kind of things. I enjoyed it for that. Mancubus's Monday Mutiny is a little different. It's a story-driven board with an interesting premise, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. So let's go ahead and play it together. Today I'm quitting this dead-end job, says Manny. I'm going to pursue my lifelong dream of becoming a children's author. Yeah. Better go break the news to my boss and colleagues. I like that it starts you out in the impossibility module, just because. And of course, he's going to be a children's author with no hands, which is the best part. I can imagine him, trying to write a book with guns for hands. See, look at that. Now, I swear that looks like the Cyber Mancubus shadow, which is really weird. So, it's my tubby ass trying to jump. Everyone, I have an announcement to make. Everyone, wherever you are. I resign, says Manny. The hell you will, Manny. Ha, get it? Because they're in hell. Yeah. Alright, people, the first one to slap some sense into Manny gets a promotion. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, it's not going to be you. It's sure not going to be you. It's sure not going to be you. Now, here's an interesting thing. I don't know if the other demon forms have this thing. I haven't noticed it yet. But when you play as a Mancubus, there's like these meters on the side. That's like the heat of your guns. And I discovered that your guns can overheat in this mode, but the way to dispel your other button is to do this. It's just like, and the more heat you have in your guns, like the more damage it does. It's freaking awesome. It baffles me that more people aren't doing boards where you get to play as the Mancubus. It's a fun little mechanic, It sucks that like the only board to really do that is sort of like a little joke board where you're playing as Manny, the wannabe children's author, which is just awesome. I could totally, I'm on board for this. I want to see Manny follow his dreams and write a children's book. I think he should be allowed to do that. Without persecution from all of these jerky demons that keep trying to get a promotion at his expense. Jerks, How dare you keep Manny from his dreams, you guys? How dare you? Have you ever had a dream? Ever? Do you even know what it's like to have a dream? It's awesome. That's what it's like to have a dream. Yeah. Alright. Let me pursue my dreams. I'm gonna write a book about a tiny little cat named Puppy. Because it doesn't have to make sense, because it's for children. Then after that, I'll write a book about vampires kissing, because you know that once you get them hooked at a young age on your writing, you gotta be there for them in their young adult years, and that's what they want to see. They want to see werewolves snogging with vampires and mummies. Has there ever been a young adult novel about mummies getting romantic? Should be. Manny should write that. He should be the one to write the book about mummy romance. So, you know, it's about a mummy that like goes to a high school because he likes them young, you know, and he meets a young girl who's different somehow because of how, like, you know, I don't know from Twilight, but you know, insert your own Twilight jokes here. For some reason, she's really appealing to a centuries-old creature. You know, because she has a special way that she stares at things or something. I don't know. Alright, but you know, before we can get to that level, we gotta crawl before we can walk. And the first thing Manny needs to do is make a manuscript. And that manuscript doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest thing. A first draft is fine. You know, it just has to be a proof of concept, and a proof that you're willing to do the hard work it takes to become a children's author. And so, you know, it can just be something simple, like write a story about a fish that, you know, the fish, he really wants a new bike. Don't ask why a fish wants a bike. He just does. You know, it's a children's book. They're not asking these questions like we are. You know. All right. So incoming voice comm. Oh, drat. All right. You know what? Fine. Yeah. Fine. Damn right, I'm fine. Come see me in my office. I gotta. I mean, I already resigned pretty loudly, dude. Like, I think it's pretty clear I don't want to work here. Alright. By the way, the double score thing is a little weird. But, whatever. You're my best Mancubus, Manny. Yeah, well, you know, I want to be my best Mancubus. No, there's no talking you out of this. Damn right, I'm going to write a book about a fish that wants a bike. If you're not working for me, you're not working for anyone. Hey, it's been real. Real what? Oh, that. Stupid lost souls. Oh, jeez. Alright, this is a problem. Alright. Really love some sort of a health bar, so I know how close I am to beating you, buddy. I'm seeing... Oh man, the lost souls really are making... I mean, it's not like I can move a whole lot or refill my health. So... You know, this is kind of a unfair uphill battle here for Manny the Mancubus, who just wants to write about fish, for crying out loud. Leave him alone. Against a wall. Get back to work, Manny. For F's sake, Manny. How are we gonna something or other? I didn't read the rest of that, but... Okay, so obviously, you know, not the most brilliant thing ever. I mean, it's not Eye of Horus. You know, it's not, you know, Outcast. It's not on that level. You know, I will say that up front, ahead of time. I am totally acknowledging that it is not on the level of some of the greats that we have come to appreciate on this series together. But I really, really like this board, and I'll tell you why. First off, it's short. You know, I don't know if you noticed this, but that play was about 8-9 minutes tops. So not a very long board. But with that little bit of time that it had, it did some fun things. It lets you do something that you don't normally do a lot in SNAPMAP. It explored a feature that doesn't get explored a lot, which is, you know, the Mancubus, playing as the Mancubus. So it gives you an opportunity to do something new. It's telling a fun little story, you know, and I always like when somebody like takes the time to put in some little story elements. I'm a huge fan of that. You know, and because it wasn't that long, a lot of the sort of quote-unquote sins that it commits are very forgivable, you know, because it's not a very long board to begin with, and most importantly, you know, it ends the board on a victory screen even if you lose. Now that's an interesting thing there, because you know you have that win-loss statistic, and you know the thing is that a lot of folks like to end their boards on a loss condition, you know, when you do things that are like trial and error. Like I recently played a board where, you know, if you go down the wrong hallway, you end up dead, you know, which not only, you know, makes you reload your board and stuff, but it causes a loss condition, and that shows up on your win-loss record. You know, this board says, look, the whole point of this board is that I'm just telling a joke about Manny. You know, it's short, it's, you know, just something I thought was funny, and, you know, even if you lose, I'm not going to goof up your win-loss record by, you know, telling my goofy little joke. You know, for all I know, this board can't be beat. I don't know if it can. I really do honestly feel like, with no way for Manny to restore his health, and that's another thing. I really want to call him Manny. You know, I kind of dig the character, you know. But Manny has no way of restoring his health. You know, that final battle, you know, which again happens after you've had to deal with like a whole, you know, like a whole horde, you know, involves lost souls just sort of flying at you randomly, and yet while it is possible to defend against them, you know, you also have to keep track of them. You know, that foot stomp does a good job of getting rid of those lost souls for you there. But you know, for by and large, that boss battle is it's you know, how is a fat guy that you can't jump very much, you don't move very fast, how are you expected to dodge those missiles? You know, it's just it's a fight that the Revenant is almost always going to win in that situation. And so, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying it's impossible to beat that final encounter. What I am saying is it's a very, very difficult thing. And, you know, all things considered with what the board is all about and stuff, you know, I like that it's not mandatory, you know, that it doesn't screw up your win-loss record for the sake of telling a fun little joke story. So I really appreciate that. This shows me that this is a player that really understands and respects the time of the people that play their board. And I respect that, and I love that intensely. So great design philosophy at the end of the day, and so I just want to give big props to Mancubus's Monday Mutiny by Omppu. That map ID one more time is SVLJWG95, and I honestly believe this board deserves some love. So, you know, what do you think? Game on, game on, game on, game on, game on.